All right, guys, welcome back to the pod. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe, like, drop a comment. Let's get right into it. Today we got Blaine Brady, fellow Corvette owner, real estate mogul.
Thanks.
Fellow member of We Are the They, Group 4. Shout out Group 4.
Yep.
Bro, I'm freaking stoked you're here. Thanks for driving all the way out.
Hell yeah, man. We're super excited.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start off with kind of how you got involved with the group really quick, and then I want to go into the real estate stuff. But
sure.
Just real quick, how did you get involved with We Are the They? Because that's how we met.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, we met in Spain. Yeah, back in July of 23.
That's right.
Yeah, so my how did I get involved with We Are the They? So I actually joined the tribe back in December of 22. Mm-hmm. I got into real estate. And we can get into that a little bit, but in 2021 is when I became like full-time real estate into real estate, and just being in real estate in the community, came across Jimmy Rex on my Instagram and like real estate guy, and I started following him.
Cool.
And then I started following his content, and then like a year later, like in 2022, I saw he was like jumping off cliffs with these guys and doing all this badass shit, and I was like. Yeah, and I was a point in my life where, just like gone through a lot of development and change, like 2020, 2021, 2022. It was really just on a lot of growth and trajectory. Like, from the guy I was from 2019 to 2022, like completely, I made a lot of changes in a positive direction, I would say, like, or just a different direction, just like, improving and not really being like complacent and stuff like that. And I just wanted to be, and just seeing these guys jumping off cliffs, doing awesome stuff, but then just like-minded guys that are like, entrepreneurs and, running businesses and stuff like that. Cause I was the corporate guy before, and, just guys you can relate to, cause it's lonely at the top when you're running your own business, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna bring that mic. Yeah, it looks like it dropped down a little bit.
That one sags for a little bit.
You tighten it up right here, right?
Yeah. He's got to crank it.
But, so for those two reasons, being around like-minded people and then like continually developing myself, those are the two reasons I joined We Are the They. And like the end of 22. Then I went to the B1 conference, beginning of 23, and then
I was there too.
Yeah,
is that the first one?
The first one. I was there. And then I heard about running of the bulls. And that was something I saw when I was a teenager. And
that was so fun.
Yeah, it was a bucket list thing. It was something I'd wanted to do since I was a teenager. And I was like, I'm all in. So let's go. I was like, swipe my credit card. So
money. That's the way to do it. I had to pay half up front. I was like, Jimmy was like, come on, man, you got to go. And I was like, I don't have the money right now. Like, maybe if I can do payments. I don't even think I paid him the second half. No, I didn't. I didn't pay him the second half till I got back.
Till you got back?
Yeah.
Wow. And
I was like barely squeezing on that trip, dude. It's crazy to think how much has changed in the last 2 years.
Isn't it amazing how much your life can change if you really like lean in?
So you're not going to Spain this year?
No.
Bro, come on. Come with.
No, you're the only guy I know that's going twice. Going for the repeat.
I just made a commitment that I'm just like, I'm doing all the adventure trips.
Dude, that's awesome.
I'm just going to all of them. You're doing New Zealand?
Yeah, I plan on going.
Money.
Absolutely. I haven't put money down yet, but it's a ways out.
I'm chipping away at it. I did the monthly payments.
Oh, you can do monthly payments?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Yeah, I'll just start chipping away and just make it happen.
Yeah,
but man, you're gonna have an awesome trip in Spain again. I mean, it's not gonna be the exact same.
No, he's gonna change it.
Whole different crew.
That's true.
How is he changing it? Is it like, are you going different?
I don't know. Honestly, I just kind of assumed that. I feel like Spain, dude, when we went to Spain, was it not like 7 a.m. to 1 in the morning every single day?
It was like
so insane.
6 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah, it was gnarly. And then everyone was like, no, bro, you need to chill. And then I feel like the next adventure trip we went on, it was like way more downtime, like later starts in the day.
Yeah.
I feel like he's kind of learned that like you can't just rally 50 people and then just take them to their breaking point every single day.
Well, he's lived at that point, so he doesn't realize it's too much for most people. It kind of exceeds their limit. But like even like when we traveled growing up with him occasionally, it was like 9 to 9. We're just going as hard as we could. We had to see everything. We had to go swim with sharks and jump off this cliff and climb this bridge. And this was all before noon. And then it's like, all right, cool. Now we're going to go to this beach, see the dinner, fancy spot, go watch his band. Like he was always just go, go, go.
But I like that speed, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fun, especially after the fact.
Yeah, after the fact.
Like, I mean, I did like everything.
That's how I kind of travel when I do like kind of my own thing. Like people are like, what? You're going to do like 3 or 4 things in one day? I'm like, what else would I be doing? But it's just hard when you have such a large group.
Yeah.
That's when you get like 20, 40, 70 guys in Spain. It was a lot. I mean, it was a lot of 6 a.m. bus call times. It was like several days in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. I would say more often than not. It was like finally, I think it was like 1 out of 7 days we weren't out by 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 6, 7 a.m.
We were getting pushed.
It was awesome.
What was your favorite part of that trip?
Spain?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, running with the bulls.
Like the actual run?
Yeah, actual run. Yeah. That was crazy.
What was your run like? Walk us through it.
So, yeah, I'll walk you through it. I had done quite a bit of research before I did it. I had been wanting to run with the bulls for like over 20 years, and I kind of just had this goal to do it. And then when I committed to it earlier that year, when I travel, I do a lot of research. So I had like YouTube videos, like research online. I knew like the course. I knew I knew about Dead Man's Corner. I knew about everything.
You were into it, yeah.
Yeah, I was into it, and I was like mentally preparing for this. And then I was like, people are like, oh, I was told them I was going to go run with the bulls. They're like, oh, you're crazy, and I'm just like having this, this mindset of, oh, I'll be fine. Like I'm a big American guy. I was like, it's kind of like push these Spaniards out of the way. Everything will be fine. Because I heard it was more of a shuffle than a run.
No.
But that is kind of true. There is more of a shuffle.
Short term?
You're more likely to get injured by men than you are a bull, right?
Oh, yeah,
get trampled and stuff like that, yeah? So then when I got there the day before we went on that private...
the little tour, the course tour.
And then when he went through and he's like, yeah, if you fall down, you don't get back up because the bull will see you as a target. You just like duck and like lay in the fetal position.
Right.
And he's like, that's where the one American that died here did that. And he
stood back up?
And he died right there. He stood back up.
Oh.
He stood back up and then he got gored through the chest, blood out, died about 90 seconds later.
Holy crap.
And then when he told me that, it was just like...
This is real.
Yeah, it just became real. This no longer became some shit that I watched on TV or saw on YouTube.
You're
videos.
here.
Like I'm here and I could be dead in the next 24 hours.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? And like even watching it from the balcony wasn't crazy. So they just started set in and it kind of got in my head. And he's like, yeah, this is where the guy died in 2009. Don't hide up against the door frame. And this is where the guy died against the fence in 2007. I was just like,
holy crap.
Yeah, I was like, all right, this is real.
People die here.
People die. Yeah, like you got to take this seriously. So the night before I didn't really sleep that well, and then so kind of just giving you a prelude to what happened. And then the morning of, we got there at 6, and then I remember being with a few guys, and I think it just kind of got in my head. I mean, it just seemed like a long time. And then I was on the left side of the road. I know you were on the right side of the road because I've seen pictures of you, but I was on that opposite side of the road.
Okay.
And
so they're probably a little tighter.
It was a little tighter. That's the side that the guy in the purple shirt got, put off in a stretcher.
Bro, he got wrecked. Wrecked, like trampled up above bulls and then down and below the pack. Like he got hit by every freaking bull.
That was the side I was on, like 30 yards in front of me. Yeah, on that same side.
You didn't see that?
No, but he cleared in and went to the middle by the time he got up to me, but it was all right there. Yeah.
Jeez. Dude.
Yeah. So my part of the run, it was like when the they do shoot the firework up. And then it was like, all right, and it just became real. And then the best way to describe it, how you watch like some movies like Independence Day from 25 years ago, where there's like a bomb and there's like a wave of like
people running.
Yeah, like wave of energy and running, and you see like that that fire coming towards you. That's the way how it experienced for me. It felt like a wave of like energy, just like flowing up the street.
Yeah.
And then boom. And then like it was just chaos. And then everyone's just running and you just run downhill. And then the bulls just ran right past us. Yeah. It was the most exhilarating part. I didn't touch the bull, but it ran right past me. It was the most exhilarating moment of like 4 minutes of my life. Like full body sweat, head to toe.
You were freaking
it was
stressing, dude.
It was, but I mean, it was full. It was the closest thing I would say I've ever experienced to war. It was a straight survival. Like, how do I survive this and get to the other end? And then running into the arena, there were like those cleanup bulls that they send through. Mm-hmm. Those like followed me in. It's like holy shit, and then ran into the arena, and was like, wow. to experience that and go to it. It was dope, man.
Dude, I loved the arena part at the end.
Yeah.
Where they put all the juvenile bulls in and you kind of mess with them a little bit.
Yeah.
That was fun, dude.
And you get to do that again this year.
I know. I'm honestly kind of nervous because I'm like, okay, I've done it. And the first time I did it, I touched a bull intentionally. The only thing to do now is to try and touch all the bulls. It's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I almost am like, yeah, I'm scared to go back.
You should
I'm
run.
more scared this time than I was last time.
Yeah, I would be if I ran again. I'd be more reckless. Like you're gonna be. You're gonna be a little more brave.
Push it a little bit more.
Yeah. Run on the horns, man.
That's the plan. I mean, the shot of me reaching out is fun, but it would be fun to have him like
over the shoulder,
right there.
Right
you know? We'll see, man. I'm probably gonna puss out and just be on the wall this time. Like, I got my pick. I'm good. Like, you know,
jump onto the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or maybe be down, like downhill, like down by the square, because I know you ran on that, like down by the square, and then kind of where the bulls come through, and then run up through Dead Man's Point. That'd make it.
Run through Dead Man's. That would be gnarly, dude.
Yeah, where those bulls just take a left turn and just whack up against the wall.
I don't know if I could do that one. I want to. We'll see. I'm just gonna have to feel it out. You know, I'm just gonna have to go off the vibes for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick, man.
But dude, that's why I love you, bro. You're quite the adventurous. You are always freaking traveling. How many countries did you go to last year?
I don't know, man. I have to think about just last year. I've been to like over 35 countries.
Yeah, so
total. I've been to all 50 states.
You're charging.
Yeah, so I did all 50 states by 30, and I'm 39 now. And then
was it always like that, or is traveling like always been part of your life?
I caught the travel bug when I was 16.
Okay,
so I was 16 years old. That was the year that I moved from Texas to Utah, and then I went to California that year, and then I ended up on the East Coast, and I was like, I was a Texas boy. I grew up just there, and I'd only been to like, Oklahoma and Colorado at that point. And then 16, it kind of just opened my eyes. I'm like, wow, there's so much out there.
Yeah.
And I call it the travel bug. I just like got this bug and I'm like, all right, I just want to spend all my time, extra time and money on traveling.
Yeah.
So I did that when I was, like late teens and then in my 20s. And then by the time I was like 24, I bet one of my good friends, we were like had a race to 50. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do all 50 states by 30. Yeah. And I did all 50 with 2 months to spare. And that was just like a goal, just to like see it all, right? See all 50, which was pretty cool.
Did you do most by plane or drive or
both? Everything, man.
Really?
So it got to where when I got to like the last like 10 states, I would just like, all right, I need to do at least 2 per quarter, and I would try to like knock them off because I knew I was like getting close. Like when I was like 28. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I had like Washington State, Oregon, Alabama, Mississippi, the Carolinas, the Dakotas. They were kind of like spread out, but I'd have to like knock them out together.
Yeah.
So then I was intentional. I made it happen. Yeah, it was, cool. but each one I either had to like spend the night in or like eat and like experience it. I just didn't like airports didn't count.
Yeah, you didn't just have a layover.
Yeah. But then traveling international, then like in my 30s, I've just like really picked up to go like there's so much out there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, last year to answer your question, went to Mexico. I went to Paris for the Olympics.
How was that?
Went to Croatia, Germany.
What was Paris Olympics like?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, 2024 Olympics. It's incredible. Went with my daughter and
that's sick.
Yeah, and now fiance. Went there with his girlfriend and we engaged. We got engaged there.
Oh, that's right, bro.
Yeah, dude, it was sick.
That's so
yeah, man, it was awesome. I was Summer Olympics in Paris, and it was like, all right, this is one of those things that I think, years from now, it'd be like, yeah, that was a really cool thing to do. So I made it happen.
Cool, dude.
So yeah, I went out there. It was the weather was nice up until like the very end. Then it got hot, but yeah, Paris was sick.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What have you got on the horizon for travel sketch?
I don't have a lot like too much. Honestly, man,
You're kind of a last minute.
I'm a last minute guy.
Great way to travel.
You got standby flights, huh?
Yeah, I got standby flights. So
yeah, you just jump on.
People like have a hard time with that. They're like, so you don't, and I'm like, yeah, but when summer comes, I know I'll like, do multiple trips and yeah, but I don't have anything booked. I'm thinking really leaning towards like Korea,
South
Korea, because I have not been there. Japan, Bali. I haven't been to Asia, and yeah, I know you just got back from Japan.
Love Japan.
I haven't been to Asia in a long time, so that's something that I feel like I want to go to. I keep trying to not go back to Europe, but I keep ending up back in Europe.
Europe's fun, dude. It is.
It's a good place.
Yeah, I keep trying to not go back because I'm like, okay, there's other places too, right?
Yeah.
But Europe's just so easy and it's so fun.
It is.
And it's just easy to go back out there.
Everything just works. There's lots of English around. Yeah, it's just easy place to go.
I turned 40 in July, and I think I'm gonna like try to go somewhere for
July what?
13th.
Oh, I'm July 15th.
Nice.
When's your birthday?
June 19th.
Oh, that's my dad's birthday.
Yeah, it's a good birthday.
Heck yeah, dude. Summer boys. We never got to celebrate our birthday with our classroom.
Never.
Yeah.
Not once. Which means we get to have more fun in the rest of life.
Yeah.
But summer birthdays are great.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I loved having my birthday
The
in the
weather's
summer.
fantastic. And,
You can always be outside.
yeah, but also went to Croatia last year, and then we stopped.
Ooh.
We stopped in Munich and did Oktoberfest, which is so dope.
Sick.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a really cool cultural experience. Yeah, it was fun.
That's freaking awesome, man. And that's all fueled by your real estate business.
Yeah.
So you said you transitioned over to real estate in 2021?
21, yeah.
What did you transition from?
Yeah, so I was in corporate America for 12 years. Yeah, just about my background. I graduated from college in 08.
Okay.
In May of 08, which was like the worst economy we've had in the last 50 years, right?
Yeah.
That's when I graduated from college, 23 years old, just had like $40,000 in student debt. And just all right, I need to have a job to pay back this. I mean, at that time, that was a lot of money. And it was just like, so I got a job with a company that was hiring, and I got into retail because honestly, I was just like, I need a job. It was more fear-based.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back in reality, I was like, fear-based, I got to like have a job, be able to provide, at least pay back the student loans. And then, we were in the recession. I thought, I'll just be here for a little bit of time. And then the company just like treated me really good, but I didn't really like the work. And then I had a daughter, and that was in 2008. And then 2011, I had a daughter, and they like really worked with me. And then all of a sudden, time just flies by, guys. And I was just like, and I was really unhappy with the work, but I just
felt safe.
I felt safe. I got the golden handcuffs, was making like six figures,
They treated you well.
Just feel like, you get like, you buy your house and you just like, just fall into that American life.
100%, dude.
So, and I will say like, and I didn't control my life, looking back, like being critical of myself, like if you don't control your life will control you. And that's what I did. I just didn't really like take a lot of risk or like really like do anything to change it. It was safe. And then before I knew it, I was like, I've been there for 12 years. And I tried to exit like the job and the industry, from like 2015 to 2020, but I just couldn't really make the right fit. I don't know. Honestly didn't try hard enough. If I'm really brutally honest with myself.
And then did you just go all in with real estate?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. COVID happened and I worked in traditional retail. And then my job was determined non-essential. And then eventually, so a bunch of like governors nationwide were like closing down our stores because it was traditional retail, because we didn't sell groceries, we sold clothes. And then like we ended up like furloughing and then laying off like a bunch of people. And I was one of those people.
Mm.
So they furloughed like a ton of people with COVID. Then I didn't work for like 6 months after that. And then I tried to just find a job because that's what I had been doing. And then finally I just realized, I was like, I can, instead of being in the back seat, I can be the driver's seat. And I knew I wanted to be in retail, but I was afraid because, I was making good money in this other industry. I'm like, well, if you go to real estate, which I didn't have, I thought I was going to have to go back to square one. So then I ended up I was like, okay, I need to get in real estate. I was obsessed with it. I was listening to podcasts. Like real estate's where I wanted to be. I just didn't know how to get in. And then I found wholesaling, which is what I do. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Because I thought about being a realtor or a loan officer. I just wanted to get into real estate and then like build it back up. Because I knew that I could replace my income over time. I just needed a little bit of time. And I found wholesaling. I was like, gold.
Money.
So and for those that don't know what wholesaling is, real estate wholesaling is essentially finding a deal for an investor and then collecting a finder's fee on the front end. So it's typically like some sort of a property or a person that is some sort of motivation, whether the property needs a lot of work or it hasn't been worked in a long time, or maybe someone's like moving out of state and they got to close quickly.
So you're in the real estate game without using credit, money, or a realtor's license. And I just find deals. And then I get paid on the front end. So then I learn how to think like an investor. And that's what I love about wholesaling. And then, you are an investor now.
Yeah, I'm an investor now too. But that's when you're a wholesaler, you're not actually taking title and hires to buy in the house. You're just finding the deal.
You're not taking what?
You're not taking title. You're not actually buying the house. Yeah. So I wouldn't say active wholesaling is being an investor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's a good start. Yeah, I do have rental properties. Yes, exactly.
Cool. How many properties do you have?
I've got over 3 million in real estate. So it's a small, I would say it's all relative, man. It's all relative,
it depends on where it is, right? That's one house if you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah, so it's over 3 million here in Utah. I want to continue to build, and just keep buying rentals. I mean, I look at more, for me, it's an appreciation. So I'm looking more the bigger numbers, not the number of doors. I'm just looking for more real estate. So into commercial, and it continues to grow. So.
Oh yeah, I heard there was a commercial deal. And aren't you doing a commercial deal with Alec?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the deal with that?
It's which one I'm not exactly sure which one you're talking about.
Maybe it was with somebody else in the group. I thought he said it was with you. Are you doing a commercial deal with Alec?
No, not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, we were before, but
didn't work out.
Yeah,
he was saying something about like this freaking lady just like went crazy and like changed her mind like halfway through the deal. But I wasn't sure if you guys sorted it out with her or what. I know in my business, if someone's like on the front end of a deal, if they start showing me bad signs they're gonna be working with, I'm like, done. Yeah, exactly. Is that pretty much what happened? She was just like,
yeah, people can change their mind, and they try to change their mind, but you got to stick to what's in writing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's probably a big thing with what you do, just getting everything in writing, having good contracts.
Everything in writing, exactly.
Who does all your contracts and stuff? Do you have like a lawyer, or are they pretty standard documents?
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, though, I will say we get into the creative space when it's not a cookie cutter type of deal. Yeah, it can be a little different. Like,
what do you mean by that? What does that look like?
Yeah, creative would be like buying a deal without banks involved. And then like creative. What's that?
Oh, I said, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a creative deal.
I've heard of something like that where you're using the previous homeowner's financing.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. They call it subject to, where you take over the debt. You pay their debt, but the debt stays in their name. You take over the title for that. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So then So I have Airbnbs, commercial. I'm going to continue to buy. The last little bit I've been focusing on my wholesaling business, the wholesaling and flip business, which is like cash machine. So that's what I've been doing. It's been good, but I need to again go back and like just continue to buy more rental properties. I'll be doing that this year as well.
Nice.
So yeah, man, it's just in that place.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I'm so glad I took the plunge into real estate like I did. Otherwise, I don't know, just be back in corporate America guy like I was for 12 years.
Yeah. So where do you see the market going from here? Obviously, rates are a little bit higher. Market cooled off a little bit, right? People aren't going crazy over asking.
Yes. Yeah. So the market definitely simmered down in the back half of 22.
Yeah.
So that was, over 2 years. 2 years ago now, it was going gangbusters. 2020 up through the beginning of 22. It cooled off in the back half, and then really the last 2 years. I mean, depending on what county or what city or the state level you're looking at, it's been pretty flat. Like I'd say low single digits either way. So that's where it's going. I would say Utah is definitely a very seasonal market.
Really?
Very seasonal.
In the summer, it's hot?
Yeah. So the best time, if you're ever going to sell a house, would be to sell it
in the summer,
April 1st through June.
Okay.
That's when it picks up. That's when the most activity is happening. And then,
so you're kind of getting ready, gearing up right now.
So that's when the best time is. And then the worst time is going to be between Thanksgiving and the Super Bowl.
Because everyone's too busy. Nobody wants to move.
Yeah. The only people that are selling during that time are the people that have to.
Gotcha.
But you really like during winter, like people just want to stay in and like the Christmas tree's up. They don't want to sell their house. So there's not a lot of buyer activity. It kind of just goes into like, the winter hibernation here.
Yeah. That's when I bought this house. I paid $763 for this house.
Nice.
6 bedroom, 2 acres. You think that's a decent deal? Detached garage?
2 acres?
Yeah.
Seems like it. How long you been here?
I thought so, but I was my own realtor, so I don't know. I just did everything myself. I've been here a year, a little over a year.
Never even heard of Erda. Is that how you
Really?
say it? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is a freaking OG spot, bro. We got the drop zone here, bro. What else do you need? Skydive Utah's 5 minutes away.
It's everything right there. The racetrack.
The racetrack. I mean, that's technically in Grantsville, but that is also 10
Are you
minutes
from
away.
out here?
No. It's funny. I went to high school in Stansbury Park, like 10 minutes up the road for like 4 months, my sophomore year, maybe my freshman year. And then that was it. That was my experience. My dad lived out here. He was married and moved over into Grantsville, lived in Stansbury. So he's had a couple places out here. I think he spent 3 years in Tooele County.
Okay.
So I had visited here a lot. And then, whenever I turned 18 and got into skydiving, I was out here a decent amount, and then started my roofing company, primarily do insurance. There's a lot of wind out here. So I spent a lot of time out here with that. Then I was just like, man, I like it out here. It's pretty close enough to the city for me. Mm-hmm. Still an hour or so away from the resorts and stuff. You can go downtown 30 minutes, whatever. But then you can also go dirt biking right up the road and shoot guns and skydive.
It's the dirt biking skydiving.
Oh, yeah. Plus, like,
because it's a little bit of hike to Brighton Snowbird, right? Like
it's an hour.
Same as Provo.
Depending on like traffic, sometimes it might be hour 20 to get up there.
Okay.
But yeah, about an hour.
Well, how do you get to Provo, or do you go the south to get over there?
Sometimes if I'm feeling like a drive, it's funny because like in the Corvette, this way is faster. There's no traffic. So if you go the speed limit, it's faster to go this way.
I'm gonna say I take 215 and around.
You know what that's like. You go this way?
I take 215, I-15.
Yeah, you go around the front.
Yeah, with the freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which way did you came in this way?
I came that way, yeah, because I live in Daybreak, South Jordan.
Oh, okay.
South Jordan. So yeah, I looked at the map, and it would be, if I was going to Lehigh, I'd probably go that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, South Jordan, like
just right around.
Kind of the southwest part of just come up Mountain View corridor.
Cool.
And then all the way around. It was so I looked at it earlier, it was going to be 45 minutes, but then when I got in the car, it was like, oh, it was an hour.
I had the same thing.
So sorry, guys.
I got here 5 minutes before you did.
Yeah,
you were good.
I got here 5 minutes before he did.
Oh, okay.
Dallas passed me on the freeway this morning.
When you said 6, I was like, perfect.
Because there was a lot of traffic coming to coming off.
Yeah, it gets real busy right there.
And it was backed up through Magna too, like all the way. But here I am. Mountain View corridors, the traffic's a little different.
My theory, this is just, no one's ever said this, is just my theory. That giant copper mine is right on the other side of this mountain. And they're like close to just breaking down this mountain. And there's going to be a giant V right there. And I'm like, if they could just put a road straight through, this would boom, because you have the air quality out here. You got the space. But if you could just shave off 25 minutes off the drive into that area and not have all this crazy traffic, because like you can build those roads a little bit wider, but like you just can't put too many more people over here because of that. It's got that pinch point. But if they could just put a tunnel right here.
A tunnel is what they'd have to do?
A tunnel, or finish mining out the mountain. Like the mountain is just, there's just a little bit left that's blocking here to be able to see over to like Harriman.
Dude, yeah. Is Harriman right there?
It's just on the other side, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I live right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This
was like a U to
drive.
get here, like an upside down U all the way around. Yeah.
It should be like a 15-minute drive if you could just go straight through.
Wow.
Be nice.
Yeah. That would
be out here a lot easier.
It would blow it up out here. Well, they are building a ton out here. Putting in a Costco. They just put in a Chipotle. They're doing a Chick-fil-A. They're doing all this construction out here. And so I think I'm pretty happy with the spot that we're at. Did you see my signs coming in?
Yeah.
On Happi Roofing? Yeah. So it's like, this is like my main market. So like, I'm posted up here. I'm probably going to keep this house forever.
Yeah. When I pulled up, I'm like, yeah, this looks like that was the spot.
Yeah. Did you see the moto track too?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
All the toys. You got plenty of room.
Yeah. I love it, man. And we use it too. Like pretty much every house now. This room was the only room that wasn't being used. But now that we got the podcast, it's like everything out here gets used. The whole property, the garage is completely full. We'll go check it out after the pod so I can show you the cars. But
nice.
Yeah, and I want to check out your Corvette. I've never actually really looked at it a whole bunch.
Have you seen it in person?
Yes, I was admiring the shit out of it at B1 conference. I was like, bro, the orange is just... I wanted the orange.
Is the orange fire?
I told you when you got yours,
yeah.
I sent you a picture of my little Hot Wheels orange one. And I was like, bro, if you ever sell that car, it's mine.
Yeah.
And then it was like a few months later.
Yeah, I saw the blue one and I was like, I wanted the blue. But then when I saw orange, I'm like, nah, I got to go with orange.
The orange is so good.
Orange is so much better.
Orange is
man. And it's been, I'm looking forward to the weather getting a little nicer and driving it. So
you pull the top off quite a bit?
I do. Absolutely. I even pulled it off just like a week or two ago when it got nice. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, which we do need to link up with your guy about we were talking about leasing it.
Oh, yeah. I was just down there. That's where I grabbed that yellow Huracan.
Yeah.
Ripping that around for a day.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. No, I think it's a really good option what they got going. Everything's like very, we're talking about Utah Auto Gallery, which is a car rental spot down in Lehigh. They have a bunch of supercars, high-end cars, and you could bring them your car and they will rent it out for you. Mm-hmm. And then they basically do, I think it's a 50-50 revenue split. Mm-hmm. So they market it, clean it, do everything, like take care of everything, store it, coordinate everything, payment, do the insurance, verify that. They also get trackers installed on the car that monitor like the revs. So if they redline the car, they get like a warning and stuff. If they do it like twice, eventually it'll like limit the car to only be like 15 miles an hour. Same thing if they go over 105, they get like 2 warnings and then they're like, okay, you're done. Like you get like a big fat fine and then the car slows down to like 15 miles an hour. And then it's got 4 different GPS trackers.
They have that technology to be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that integrates in with just the computer of the car. And
then they can turn it off when I get it, right?
Yes. Yeah, so then you go in there, grab your own car and shut it off. Yeah. But dude, it's pretty cool. They're able to like track, you punch in all your maintenance costs. So you actually can calculate like your return per mile, right? Or like your cost per mile. So that when you're like, okay, I'm selling a 1-day rental with 150 miles for X price, I'm making whatever return. They have it all broken down in their little app called Pocket. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a vehicle there?
Not yet. My C8, Happi roofing, and I honestly drive the shit out of my car. Mm-hmm. All my cars are currently being used pretty heavily. The one car that's sitting right now that doesn't get used a lot is my brother's M3. So we're thinking about taking that in there. And I think my brother's still kind of on the edge if he just wants to honestly get rid of it or if he wants to sell it. It's also got 40,000 miles on it already. So it's like probably going to be some maintenance in the next 40,000 for BMWs, pretty expensive. Whereas the Chevys are just kind of like a little lot easier to maintain. If my Corvette wasn't wrapped, I'd probably do it. If I had a second one, I'd definitely do it. I'm considering getting another one just to have a car that like is rented out. Yeah. Because then you get access to their other vehicles and stuff. And I'm always looking for another revenue stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I can start dabbling in supercar and it starts to make financial sense to buy more cars, that's a road I'm interested in.
Yep. You can get to where, usually that model, like people that buy boats and rent out their boats or their RV. Yeah. So I know people that do like they do the RV share. It's kind of like Airbnb for RVs. Okay, yeah. If you get 3 of them, the 2 will pay for 1 that you just keep in your driveway. Nice. That's typically kind of the model. So, yeah, probably I would assume the same thing with cars. Probably, yeah. Yeah, if you can get 3, have 2 working for you, that'll pay for the 3rd one. Yeah. That's money. And that's money. And then eventually, you just kind of have that car paid for, that payment. Yeah, just look at it. It's one of those things you just dabble in it. You see how successful it is. Just like anything else. How the money is, and then if it, then scale it, then do a few more. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and have access to other vehicles as well. Yeah, man, that's a really good idea. Bro, we also got to go freaking to the track. We got to get you on the track this year. We do, man. How close are you to the track right here? Literally 10 minutes. In the Corvette, like 3. What does it take to get out there? We just got to. It's like $75. $75? No. Yeah, reason. They have it scheduled on
They do maybe 1 or 2 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just sign up. The first one, you do a beginner session, which is like you only do 1 lap at a time. Mm-hmm. So you do a lap, you come in, you pit. You do a lap, you come in, you pit. You do a lap, you come in, you pit. And they space the cars out more. Mm-hmm. The advanced session, you can just link laps. And they let you be advanced after you do 1 session. You do 1 beginner session where you're just like letting the car cool off and you're coming to a stop every lap. And then the advanced, you can just keep going. Cars will come in, they'll pass you. In the beginner session, they don't really pass you because they space them out so much that they would have to be crazy fast to get up to you. At least
have you done advanced?
I can't remember if the one I did with Mason was advanced. I think I've only done the beginner ones. Yeah.
Nice.
I did a beginner one, and then I did there was another company that ended up being crazy. They did it was kind of weird how they did it, bro. They were like, yeah, it's a gentlemanly track day. Like, bring your car out, register, whatever. And so you go, and I was like, yeah, it was all no cost, And I'm just like, okay, like, interesting, Mm-hmm. So then we do the whole session, right? Leave, nothing, right? The next time we sign up, there's nothing anywhere that says anything about cost. The next time we go, he was like, yeah, it's $1,500 for a 5-day pass. And I'm like, why? It's normally $75 to come out here. He's like, well, we've got like snacks. And I'm like, there's a bag of Doritos on a table. Like, what are you talking about? But the way he did it was so stupid. I'm like, bro, be upfront with the people and be like, yeah, your first one's free. And then I'm going to put you in a really awkward spot to pay a bunch of money the second time. Like, bro, come on. This guy was horrible at sales. And I hope he's watching so he can change his business model. But yeah, no, it was ridiculous, dude. But yeah, so now I just stick with the Apex track days, $75 a piece.
Yeah. Just get in.
Yeah.
You got to make a reservation for that?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Yeah, you just go on, I'll send you the link. I'll just sign you up for it next time I sign up.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's go.
I'll tell you the date. And yeah, you got to have a helmet, but they have helmets you can borrow if you don't have your own.
Okay.
But
yeah,
it's super fun. One. You ever been on a track?
No. Sounds exciting.
You got to come out with us, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. Just
get moving.
Yeah, because you don't really have to drive to the point where it's scary. You just drive. You can drive as hard as you want and not worry about cops, right? So it's not like you have to go crazy and beat on your car and spin it into the gravel. You don't have to do that.
You drive with the top down?
I've never have, but that sounds awesome.
That sounds awesome. Going
just mobbing
60.
Yeah. You do have to roll the windows down so you get the because they don't want, if you crash, they don't want glass everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So you have to roll your windows down.
Yeah.
And no, it's fun.
So you might as well take the top off anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I probably will next time now that you say that.
Yeah,
it's
might
fun.
as well.
You freaking crank the freaking stereo up. Got the helmet on and you're just it's so fun.
You ever gone out to the desert, the salt flats, and done that?
I never have.
Me neither.
No,
yeah, you're out here. You're closer out here.
I'm I go back and forth. I'm like, do I ever want to rally my car in the salt? It's gonna have salt everywhere.
Yeah.
It already gets salted up because of Utah roads, but
right.
Excuse me, I don't know. Maybe it'd be worth it.
Like in August, they go out there and they do racing and stuff.
I'll probably do it.
Yeah,
honestly, yeah.
It'll be fun.
No, I'll probably just send it. I'm getting over the preservation of the car and just. I mean, I've kind of been over it, but I use the shit out of it. I rally that fucking thing, dude. I accidentally jumped it one time.
Oh?
Yeah, there's an exit.
C8?
Yeah. It was fucked up, dude.
You got airborne.
Yeah, I heard it. That's how I knew. I felt it, but I heard it. So what happened was just got the car. There was 2 semis passing. There was a semi passing another semi. And I was just like, oh my gosh, fuck. I'm coming up on him 105 miles an hour, So I'm like, all right, there's not, I'm like, I can still brake, but I'm like, I'm in my flow, And so there's an exit.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still looking for the
escape route. Yeah. So I see this big swooping exit up to a stop sign, and then big, I know the exit. It's right over there by the Saltaire. So I'm like, this is plenty of time, right? So I freaking mob up the off ramp. I'm still accelerating up. I check both ways. I can clearly see nobody's coming. So I just blow the stop sign. And all of a sudden there's like a lip in the road. I feel myself jump up and it's like, and I heard it just rev all the way up to the rev limiter and like that. And it was just like, and then I hit and I was like, oh fuck, the car just got in the air. Then I just pulled right back on and I was in front of the semis. They were like half a mile behind me by the time I pulled back on.
How did that landing happen?
It was chill.
Was it smooth? It was chill?
Yeah, it was just like, it was like, whoa, it was a little, it was a little nose heavy, but like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like, wow, it wasn't like out of control. I mean, I was probably only like, few inches off the ground, just enough for the tires to not have any resistance and like spin all the way up, you know?
Right.
But like, it was crazy. It was weird. I had never heard the car make that sound before. It just went all the way. Yeah, it was crazy. So now I don't do that.
That's such a move just to go up and down on the exit.
Take an exit, pass on the exit. Yeah, dude. Before I put my company name on it, that's like part of the reason why I had to put my company on it, because I'm like, bro, like the shit I do in this car, like I'm not actually Batman, but I'm treating it like I am. Like this stuff it was getting out of hand.
Yeah.
I'm a lot safer now.
Had to add some responsibility to it.
Mm-hmm. I've matured a lot in the last, I got that car in August. So like 8 months. Yeah. I've matured.
Dude, I was looking at your Instagram yesterday, like preparing for this. You were in your base jump, and that was Switzerland.
Yeah.
The one where you just like walking along and then just like
cruise out
off the ledge. Like makes my stomach drop a little bit. Was that pretty smooth for you?
Yeah.
No problem?
It was crazy, man. The first we did that jump. I did the exact same jump, the exact same flips twice. The first time the video messed up, and I was like, and the first one was actually a little bit smoother as well. I think we were a little closer. Like the video would have been a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But I was like, it was just so fun. The reason why that flip in particular was fun was because it's kind of hard to explain, but when you're doing like a forward rotation or a backward rotation, even if you pitch at the wrong point in your rotation, your face is always kind of like oriented like this, right? Your face is you're facing out away from the cliff. So if you get to a sketchy spot on your belly, you can pitch. But what I did was I did a 180, so now I'm facing the cliff and I'm rotating this way facing the cliff. So even if I want to pitch mid-flip, I can't because I'm facing against the wall. Mm-hmm. So like I rounded it off, do rotations while facing the wall where like you can't pitch facing that way, and then turn back around and fly that way. So that was like the thing that I really wanted to do was rotations facing the wall, facing the opposite, the wrong way, you know?
Wow.
But it was crazy, man.
Dude, and you really, to do that, you push yourself. You're pushing the limits, but here you are.
Yeah, mentally it's scary. You know, the first jump of the trip was just like a straight jump onto my belly, you know, kind of like fly away from the cliff, just tracking. And like my leg was like, it was shaking. It was like nervous, you know?
Like right before you jumped. Like, like your body is just like, what am I doing? I'm about to jump off a cliff.
Yeah, exactly. You see it, it's all calm. It's like you're up there and it's like, all right, that's like we're, you know, once we leave this cliff, we're like 12 seconds away from dying unless I save my own life. Like, we're for sure gonna die in 12 seconds unless something happens.
Unless I save my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's pretty freaking fun. I mean, I try not to base jump too much, but there's definitely times where I'm like, I want to go do that. You know, like
what a rush, man.
It's a pretty fun experience, bro.
Wow, that's incredible. Like only 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Man, there's not a lot of time. There's not a lot of wiggle room for recovery there on something like that.
No, I mean we're delaying 9 seconds.
You're getting close.
We're waiting until we're 3 seconds.
3 seconds away from death.
From the ground, yeah.
And then you release?
Mm-hmm.
There's no backup chute?
No.
Wow. Which, speaking of that, so we just skydived last weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, so that. I mean, but we didn't wait till 3 seconds, but I had a little bit of something on my dive.
Absolutely. What happened?
I was tandem. I know you jumped out by yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're a certified So it was my third jump I've ever done. I would say the last two I did, the first two I ever did were like over 10 years ago. They were a long time ago. The first one I ever did, it was like sensory overload. And I kind of don't remember everything, to be honest.
That happened, yeah.
Yeah, it was just a lot. Like to take in,
I felt that.
falling out of an airplane. It was like, whoa, I don't remember much. The second one I remembered like everything. And this one we did over the weekend, I remembered everything. A lot of awareness.
That's awesome.
Because you've done it, even though it'd been more than 10 years.
So you could stay calm. And
Yeah, I could stay calm. I had a little bit of jitters, but I was calm. I was like, and honestly, I was thinking about, dude, we just, like bungee jumping in Africa was way more scary.
Way more
scary than this. Way more scary than this. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't
no.
believe that.
It was like light years. Like, it was Africa.
Yeah,
and
the
like,
bungee's all frayed.
and like a
It's over
lady
a
had
river.
fallen in the river.
A month before, the lady had fallen, dude. It's like
fresh rope now.
Snapped.
So,
like,
and this is way
yeah.
more safe. And this guy that I went
Right.
with had been like 5,000 jumps. Like everything was, I was good. And then, so we get up there and then go to fall out. And as I stick my feet outside of the plane and the tandem guys behind me, almost lost my shoes because you're going so fast.
Yeah.
And then we did like one rotation and then we like fell into, the free fall, underneath, what do they call it? The little thing that
The drogue.
the drogue. Yeah. Everything was good. And then when he goes to release the parachute, I felt like, and of course the jerk, but then I felt, we had a little bit of a line twist.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it only lasted like 2 seconds. It wasn't a really long time.
But that's a scary 2 seconds. Come on, baby.
I could be in real trouble right now.
Yeah, for people that don't know what a line twist is, like, so when your chute gets released, the canopy, some of the lines were a little twisted up on the right side. I could tell, like, I knew what was going on. But I was like, we just gotta trust this guy. And he got it out. I mean, everything was fine. And then once we got it out, then we were coming down. I could sense from my guy that, like, from a lot of other guys, everyone got to control it and stuff like that. I could sense it was just like, you know what, we're gonna get down safe.
Nice.
So we just kind of had that like respect.
Okay,
All right, let's just have a nice safe landing and just get to the ground. That's awesome. He had me readjust my hands on the harness and just appreciated it for the moment. And it was beautiful, magical.
Yeah.
But then when I got to the bottom, I was asking him, I was like, so was that happen like every day? I was like, be real with me. He's like, not all the day, not every day, but it's a line twist. It happens. It's part of skydiving. And I was asking him, and he said, I was like, what would have happened if it wouldn't have come undone? And he's like, well, I have 3,000 feet to correct it or abandon it.
Yeah.
And that's when he would abandon chute number 1 and we would have gone to chute number 2. So
Yep.
And that's what we've done. So way more safe than base
Bungee
jumping,
12 seconds.
base jumping, or
the bungee, dude.
or bungee, man. That
or
was
any of the rope swing stuff.
dude,
I feel like.
I will definitely skydive again.
You got a solo, dude. It's time for a solo.
What's that?
Time for you to take
Time
a
for me
class
solo.
and do a solo.
I don't know if I have the appetite for that, man. But I'm good with not bungee jumping again. That was like the hell.
One and done.
Yeah, I mean, just it was not enjoyable. I will say, just like jumping head first
And hanging.
Yeah. So I mean, and then the way that they like wrap the towels around your legs.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was just I just didn't feel
Like a
safe.
bathroom towel.
Not super secure.
Yeah, it was like bathroom towels, and then he didn't even like really strap it. It was just like that could slide off, is how I felt.
Bro.
And then you like walk off to this plank. I couldn't even really walk, and then I like this is and then I just jumped as far as I could. I remember right before jumping thinking this could be it.
Yeah.
Like this could be like the power off button for me, and you just jumped.
Did it anyway. You didn't let fear control you.
No, I did not. But then you go head first, and then it's just like the bounce, and then all that. It wasn't very enjoyable. The skydiving was enjoyable.
Yeah, it's more peaceful.
Was like that was
smooth.
All that wind, all that it was peaceful under the canopy. It was sick.
Yeah.
How was your dive?
It was good. It was funny.
Rotations and stuff.
Well, he wanted to like, since I had never jumped there and I hadn't jumped in a long time, and I hadn't like, I only have like an A license, which I should have like a C license by now, but the amount of jumps I have, but I just don't do any of the license stuff. I just like jump randomly, very sporadically. I never cared about the license and
so
stuff.
Is the C license higher than an A?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have like the first license basically, right?
A learner's permit, if you will.
Well, the learner's permit is like the certified. I actually have my license, right?
You got a badge now?
I got a badge at this point. So like we go and
so what's the difference between the two? Like the guy that has the C, he can just like do whatever he wants.
He can like he can jump with friends. Yeah, he can go to other drop zones and stuff like that. Where the guy that's certified, they really only want you jumping at that drop zone, and like with really experienced people, not other people with A licenses, right? So anyway, so I have A license. You're supposed to jump like once a month to stay current. So I went with this guy. We were doing like a recurrency jump for me. So we jump out. I fly over to him. I dock, which means I grab his hands, and then I spin around and he kind of drifts away. And I fly over to him, grab his hands, and then he was like, "Once we do a dock, a spin, and a dock, we can do whatever you want on the dive, right?" And so I'm like, okay, cool. And then I was like, I'm gonna free fly. I'm gonna sit, and then I'm gonna transition to head down. And so he's like, okay, cool. So then we go to sit, and I see him. He's on his belly. He goes and sits, and he just like spins out of control. And I was like, okay, like that guy's out of here, you know. And then so I'm sitting, and I'm kind of dropping, and he's kind of like flipping like this. And I've been working on head down in the tunnel over this last winter. And so I tried to go head down, wasn't stable, flipped back to my belly, got back to a sit, flipped the head down, wasn't stable, got back to my belly, and then it was pretty much time to pitch.
Whoa.
So I was trying to get head down. I had never gone head down with a rig on. And they also had me on a really big like student parachute instead of like something a little bit smaller, lower profile. And yeah, I couldn't hold the head down, but I had the sit. So I still got to work on.
Because so it's hard to keep you're like head down with your legs like up like that.
Yep, you split your legs like that, and you have your arms out like this that hold some air, and you're just looking at the horizon perfectly upside down.
Upside down.
Yeah,
and it's hard to keep.
It's hard to keep. You go really fast.
Because you go super fast. You're getting maximum velocity.
You go really, really fast. So if like when you're on your belly, you're kind of just like this, and the wind is kind of like holding you in that position, right? When you're on your back, it's a little bit more advanced, but you're still kind of like pretty stable. And then the next most advanced is a sit, where you're just flying like this, right? You're just like this. You're literally sitting in the sky like this.
And then you're just going fast.
You start going faster, and then when you flip head down, that's like the fastest.
What if you just went like a pencil?
Straight head down.
Or
yeah, so stand is also super, super fast.
I bet, right?
Yeah, standing is also really fast. But you have to kind of like go like this, because you can't really fly like this. Like if you go like this, you're eventually just gonna like
you're gonna catch
tip.
You're gonna like flip out.
You're gonna flip out. Got it.
You could like do it for a second, but you gotta have like something that has drag that like you're flying.
Oh, to stabilize you.
To stabilize you, yeah.
Otherwise, you just
yeah, you'll just
dude, or head down, just straight down like that.
Yeah, and people get really good at the head down, where they can kind of like bring their arms in.
Just little elbows.
Yeah, so it's just you're pretty much head down, like mobbing like this. But a lot of times when people really bring their arms in and they get really low profile, they're also carving. So instead of just like diving and going faster and faster, they're kind of leaned at an angle. So like even though their body's tight, they're still leaned over a little bit, and so that can kind of slow it down.
Slows it down and maintains control.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah.
I bet those kind of jumps for you really help you whenever you do base jumping.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You build up a lot of awareness and confidence, like free falling. So when you just have that 12-second jump,
yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, I know exactly what I need to do.
And like subterminal free fall. So like when you're free falling with not a lot of air on you, like when you first leave, however you push off, those first few seconds are just like there's no air to grab yet. You know,
when you first jump off the cliff or the airplane, or both?
When you first jump off the cliff. When you jump out of the airplane, because you're moving so fast, you have that air pressure on your body, so you can instantly start controlling.
Yep.
When you jump off a cliff, it's called dead air, right? There's no air to grab. So like there's no pressure on your body. So if you go like that, you're gonna keep rotating until the air starts to grab you, and then you can fly. Right? So the exit's important, but then also being able to control yourself with very little pressure to make little adjustments is also important. So if you're not very good at flying your body, and then you're trying to fly your body with very, very little amounts of air pressure, you can't just stick your arm out and like have a bunch of like bite. You know, you stick your arm out and there's like hardly anything there to like move you.
Right, because you just jumped off.
There's no resistance.
Yeah. I never even thought about that. But yeah, your experience, it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah. Takes a few seconds to really start grabbing some air and start flying. So,
dude, that's
dude, we got to get you in the wind tunnel. You've already done 3 skydives. Let's go indoor.
The wind tunnel? The one in Ogden?
Yeah.
I've done that before.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sick.
Dude, it was awesome.
Bro, you're so ready for a solo.
Yeah. That was like up in Ogden. Yeah, the thing I did it for my daughter's, one of her birthdays, like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, that's what she wanted to do. I was like, let's go do it. Yeah, she wants to skydive when she turns 18, but I showed her the video, and now she's like...
How old is she?
I don't know. She's 13. Yeah, she's 5 years away.
Dude.
Yeah, she wanted to be a skydiver, but I don't know. That video kind of like...
Scared her?
I'm like, you got time to decide.
Because of the lines? Yeah, you were good, bro. A little hesitation. It's no problem.
Yeah, she'll be fine. I just think like with anyone's first dive, it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Was that your first one?
That was my first one. And I wasn't scared at all, but it definitely was a lot all at once. Mm-hmm. Like I was honestly impressed with how calm I was for the experience. And then jumping up, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I am falling here. Like, that's where my brain goes. I'm like, I have no control over it. Homie behind me, and I shouldn't have trusted him based off how he talked or looked, but I did.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, here we are. And he actually let me steer the canopy a little bit. And I was like, this is way more fun than I thought. Yeah. And now I have to go again because Dallas.
Yeah.
Did you go a second time?
No, I'm going to shortly.
I'm going to convince him. I'm going to get him out there.
Okay. Are you going to solo with him?
Well, we're going to try.
Yeah. He's going to take the class. They open on April 1st. Skydive Utah.
Dude, so how many jumps do you have to do tandem before you can go solo?
2. But you take
I'm not interested in that.
You take like a big class.
You're already there. I mean,
you go through like an 8-hour class where they take you through all the emergency procedures. They take you through everything to do, right? Then when you jump, you have 2 instructors holding you through free fall. So they help stabilize you in the air. They make sure you're good on your belly. They make sure you pull. And once you pull, it's easy. Like you just reach up.
Oh, so you pull and then they're still falling underneath.
They fall underneath you and then they go.
So just in case it doesn't pull, they'll
pull it for you. Yeah.
What if I get a line twist?
If you get a line twist, that's why you take the emergency procedures class. So you know what to do. You fix it for a little bit.
And if I don't, then
you chop and pull.
Pull the reserve. Pull the back up.
Boom. Exactly. But they go down, they land, and they get on the radio, and they're like, "All right, go left, like go, and then come on in, and like, they help like steer you into the landing area." Got it. So they take all the guesswork out of it.
That is easy. One thing that my guy on last weekend, he told me, he's like, a guy your size, he's like, when you get a line twist, you got to get out of it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because he's like...
Yeah, it can start spinning.
It can start spinning, yeah, with how heavy we were, the 2 of us. Or, yeah, but if I were to be by myself. I'm a big guy.
Yeah. How much you weigh?
260 right now.
Oh, yeah, you're freaking stacked.
Yeah.
You're a beast, bro. I want to hit that 200 mark. I've been stuck at 195.
Oh, dude. Protein up, man.
Protein up.
Hit the gym.
Yeah. Well, bro, I appreciate you so much.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming out here. I know it's not a short drive to get out here. We appreciate you coming to the studio.
Thanks,
thank you.
Sharing your story, giving some insight on the real estate market. And then it was fun to talk and connect on some of the extreme stuff you do, bro.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Looking forward to more adventures with you in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, drop a comment, like the video, and we'll see you next time.